Hello there, my name is Storyteller, or Teller for short, and welcome to something a little experimental. So I've been doing content for about a year now, and it's been alright, but one of the things that I've noticed is that I've not really been that good at talking and being social. So I wanted to practice. The problem is that no one watches me. I just stream to myself, basically. So what better way to practice than by answering questions? Specifically ones from this random question generator. If you have a particular question you'd like to ask me, why not leave it in the comments below? And who knows, I might even answer it. Maybe, possibly. I don't read the comments currently because they're non-existent. But maybe, who knows? It's 10 questions with Teller. Which planet is known as the Red Planet? Well, that would be Mars, I assume. Because is that the only red planet out there? That one? No, because Jupiter is sort of like sand grainy. We're blue. Some of them are, it's been that long since I've done planets and things like that. No, it's Mars. It must be Mars. I'm not going to check the answer. I'll only check it in editing. So it's Mars. I think it's Mars. Please tell me, editor. Am I right? If you could be any age for a week, what age would you choose? Oh, that's such a weird question. If you could be any age for a week, what age would you choose? So it's like, would you go forward and be like older, or would you go back and be younger? Curiosity would get me. I'd want to go back to my teenage years, I'd say. Because I'm curious of what like school children are like now, what with like AI and like, because they grew up with the internet basically. They grew up with Google and Amazon and Microsoft and all these other internet services and things like that, and obviously smartphones, things like that, all these different types of gadgets. So like, I would just be so curious as to like how they are now and whether how that would compare to when I was a teenager, because I imagine it would just be completely different experiences. So yeah, I don't think there's a particular age, but around teenager age, I would say. If animals could talk, which species would be the rudest? Ooh, I mean, it's got to be something like a hyena, possibly, because like, laughing hyenas and everything like that. Also, wasn't it hyenas in the... Oh no, it was Lion King. It was hyenas in the Lion King. And they had a sort of like quirky sense of humor. God, I haven't seen Lion King in years. What else? Who else would be the rudest? Snakes? Some snakes can be alright. I've fed snakes before. It's animal. Yeah, I'd say I'll go with the hyena, because I can't really think of like what other animals. Birds. Oh, birds. No, birds. Seagulls. Oh god, that's seagulls. Oh god, seagulls. Yes, absolutely. Seagulls would be because seagulls is I go on holiday to like coastal places, and just the amount of seagulls that are there, and they're just they're vicious. They are absolute vicious, because people are like, I'll give them a bit of food, it's fine. No, you don't understand. They are so bad. They are so terrible. Oh, no, I change my answer. Seagulls. Absolute seagulls would be the rudest. What is the capital city of Australia? This is a trick question, because everyone says Sydney, but Sydney is not the capital. I want to say Melbourne, but isn't there another city? Isn't there another city? I'm trying to think, because England men's cricket team were there recently for the Ashes. They were in Melbourne, they were in Sydney, Auckland. I'll say Melbourne. There is one that I am missing. There is like a big Australian city that I am missing out of like Sydney, Melbourne, Auckland, There's one that I'm missing and I can't think of it, and I think that's the answer, but I'll say Melbourne. I might be wrong on that, but we'll have a crack at Melbourne. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Well, knowledge is things that you like learn at school, you learn in like a book, maybe from a TV show or a video, something like that. Whereas wisdom is more things that you learn from life, like experiencing life and living it and things like that. So I would say knowledge is more like academic. What's the term for it? Academic. Yeah, it's like knowledge is more academic, whereas wisdom is more life/spiritual, something around that, I would say. So yeah, they both have the same thing because you learn from both of them, but it's just like the ways that you learn. Knowledge, you learn from a book, whereas wisdom, you learn from just living, basically. So I'd say that's the difference. What's the weirdest food combination you actually enjoy? I've been told that this is weird. I don't believe it to be weird, but whenever I have fish and chips, I like having peas with it, which is very standard, but I also like having gravy with it. And I always seem to get lambasted for that for some reason. Like, people are just like, gravy with fish and chips? No, that's wrong. But it's like, no, it works. It just works so perfectly. I don't get why people have such a problem with it, to be perfectly honest. I think it's actually quite normal. But now I'd probably say that's the weirdest one, because people always sort of turn an eye at me and be like, what? How do you define success for yourself? I mean, I'd say for me personally, it's changed. Like, when I was younger, it used to be like, I had a certain job, I was making a certain amount of money, I was in a certain position in life and things like that. Nowadays, I would probably say well-being and sort of my own emotional happiness defines success. Like, even if I'm not making a lot of money, if I can sit here and say that I am happy in my life, I am happy with where I am as an individual, that to me would be personal success. I do think there is still an element of that sort of career success that still lingers in me, and I definitely want to do something about it. But I would say that success for myself has sort of become more about how I feel and about like my emotions and things like that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't, to be perfectly honest. I mean, can any of us predict what's gonna happen in 5 years' time? No. No one can predict what's gonna happen in 5 years' time, to be honest. The answer I always give in interviews for this is I don't know where I'm gonna be in 5 years' time. Because I'm diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and basically I don't know where my Crohn's is going to be in 5 years' time. I don't know if I'm going to be in a position to work. I don't know if I'm going to be bedridden. I don't know if I'm going to be perfectly okay. Like, I don't know where my health is going to take me in the next 5 years, and so I can't honestly answer that question. I'd like to say that everything's going to be fine, I'm going to be healthy and everything like that, but that's one of those genuine questions that I can't answer because I just genuinely don't know. What's your most useless talent? What's my most useless talent? I mean, I hope I don't have any useless talents, to be perfectly honest. Probably the most useless talent I have is that I can look at a number plate and I can convert the letters into numbers, and I can try and see how close I can get them to 26. Like, that's a little puzzle thing that I have. So if you have like RL45, convert the R to 18 because it's the 18th letter in the alphabet, and convert the L to 12 if it's 12th letter in the alphabet, and then you've got the 4 and the 5, and it's like, okay, how do you get to 26? Okay, 18 plus 12 is 30, 30 minus 4 is 26. I don't know if that's a talent or not, but I can do it. It's a thing that I have. It's just, yeah, it's useless. If you could live in any fictional universe, which would you choose? I'd probably say the universe of my VTuber, to be perfectly honest. The universe of the storyteller. Because in that, the storyteller lives in a giant castle, all on their own, with help from others, but no outside interference or anything like that. And they have the ability to just write and create stories like that, basically. They can just write whatever they want. And for me, the story of the storyteller is almost escapism. It is a world in which I would love to escape in and go live in. So I would say my own, basically. And there you have it, 10 questions with Teller. Again, if you'd like to ask me a question, then please do. Just leave one in the comments below and I might answer it next week. Well, no, not next week, because I'm actually going to pre-record next week's episode now so that I'm ahead of myself, but I might answer it the week after. Who knows? In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye!